You make it hardworking. You make it so everyone's happy. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now get a Ford Fusion with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $500 bonus cash. Or lease for just $199 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
Just into the ABC 7 newsroom, shock for shoppers at Montgomery Mall who came out and found their cars on fire. 2 of the cars totaled. The damage, when you add it all up, about $75,000. At this hour, we do not know what or who started these fires in the garage. There's no one that was hurt, but stay with ABC 7 and WJLA.com for updates.
And now we turn to new developments tonight in the showdown over a border wall for Mexico. The White House says President Trump is now considering a 20% tax on imports from Mexico, and the funds would go toward the wall. Well, today, Mexico's president canceled a planned meeting with President Trump.
The President of Mexico and myself have agreed to cancel our planned meeting scheduled for next week. Unless Mexico is going to treat the United States fairly, with respect, such a meeting would be fruitless, and I want to go a different route.
The tax proposal caused an uproar in Congress. It is not a done deal. The White House says other avenues are still being explored.
And new at 11 o'clock, President Trump is also vocal about cracking down on undocumented immigrants. Tonight, the human impact is coming into focus really in our own backyard. Efforts are underway to arm people with information about how life could soon change. Tim Barber joining us live with one family story. Tim?
La Clinica is a nonprofit that helps thousands of people get health care behind this store, but they're also now helping them, providing them with information to navigate these unsure political times.
For me, it has been very worrisome.
Juana asked us not to show her face because she entered the United States illegally after fleeing violence in El Salvador.
I don't have anything in my country.
Juana fears what could happen to her and her 4 children now that the Trump administration is working on new immigration policies.
Because every time he signs something, I get very worried.
People are very scared.
Alicia Wilson is the director of La Clínica del Pueblo, which provides health care for immigrants and now advice on how to deal with the threat of deportation.
It starts with no human being is illegal.
La Clinica made these posters to educate patients about everything from the importance of keeping their health insurance to making sure they do not open the door unless there's a court order.
Our immigration system is so broken. All of our patients know that navigating this system is next to impossible.
In an exclusive interview with ABC News, President Trump said immigrants who have not committed crimes should be far less worried.
I do have a big heart. We're going to take care of everybody. We're going to have a very strong border.
Juana is hopeful, but still worried for her 4 children who are even being bullied about their immigration status at school.
As an immigrant, when you come to this country, you think you don't have any rights, that we should remain invisible.
And the president is expected to release more information about that immigration policy tomorrow. Of course, we'll let you know what he says. Reporting live in Northwest Washington, Tim Barber, ABC 7 News.
Mayors from across the United States defy the White House over the issue of sanctuary cities. Now, this week, President Trump signed an executive order telling cities to follow the law or risk losing federal funding. Many mayors say they'll continue to shield those who are here illegally rather than turn them in. Baltimore County's executive even wants to create sanctuary campuses.
I'm also protecting these students who, again, came here as children, and they are pursuing the very goals that we all want.
Representative John Culberson, who heads the committee in charge of Justice Department funding, warned cities they'll have to pay back federal funding that they've already received unless they drop their sanctuary policies. And just something we're getting into the newsroom tonight. Miami-Dade's mayor says he will comply with the president's order.
Well, also just in tonight, a new chapter in the saga over inauguration attendance. Sources now tell CNN President Trump called the acting director of the National Park Service on Saturday to complain. He was upset over these images that we all have seen that compared his inaugural crowd to the size of President Obama's. The National Park Service had retweeted one of them. Well, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer has said it was the largest audience to witness an inauguration in history.
The weather for tomorrow, at least it's not going to be as windy early on, but the winds are going to pick up as we move through the late afternoon hours and into the evening. But for the kids, middle 30s, waking up early on. At least it'll be sunny out there. Don't forget your sunglasses. Winds kick up midday, and by late afternoon, we'll see wind gusts around 20 miles per hour with temperatures in the lower 40s. Now, coming up this weekend, a lot going on around here. We have a chance for a few snow showers. I'll give you the timing and what to expect in your outlook coming up in just a few minutes. Allison?
It's like there's always a lot going on, right, Steve, around here? And new at 11, it was the story we couldn't take our eyes away from. Greenpeace protest outside for hours, climbing a crane, hanging an anti-Trump banner. Well, tonight, the 7 protesters arrested last night had their first appearance in court. And Tom Rousey was out